Hey guys. Oh, I think there was something crawling in my hair. I just came in from outside. Ugh. That's a heebie-jeebie feeling. Hello, of Little and Light. How are you, sweet girl? Sorry we're late. We were outside feeding animals and stuff. The pigs are doing well. Hello from Australia, Little Garden Big Dreams. Oh my gosh. I think there was like a little spider in my hair, which is like really gross, but I was outside in the chicken yard and I just pulled it out. And so now I'm like, my skin is crawling. Thank you guys for those sweet compliments. Farming our backyard. I guess like this time of year, if you're talking to any homesteader in the evening, the answer is yes, they were outside. Sundays are really busy and we just got home a little while ago, so we had to go feed everything before we could come in and do this. Thank you, Megan. I appreciate that. Thank you, Tinker's wife. Hey, Country Homestead Preacher. Hey, Grandma's Garden, Country View Homestead. Hey, Two Family. What's up? So yeah, Michelle, the freezer, y'all are not going to believe this. So the freezer went out, which we have 3 chest freezers. We have a lot of freezer space because of hunting and different things like that. And then of course, having the garden, like food storage is a big part of the homestead. And of course we can what we are able to. I prefer to can because that's free to store and you don't have to worry about loss. But we do have 3 freezers. And actually the freezer that went out the other day was our newest freezer. And we were able to put the meat, like fill up the other freezers, but the tomatoes, I just had too many tomatoes. So I had to can all those. And I was able to get all those tomatoes canned, which was really good. And then the next day our refrigerator went out. So we actually have a second refrigerator out back, but it is not a good refrigerator. I mean, it's just kind of on its last leg. We're going to end up getting rid of both of these. So now we have to buy a new refrigerator. We weren't going to replace the chest freezer because we're like, well, we hadn't budgeted for it. And we were just like, well, it's fine. We can get by without it. And because we're not butchering anything right now, we won't have deer to process for the next couple of months. And so we're like, we'll just get by without it for right now. And then the fridge went out. So we've got to buy another fridge. It is what it is. But like, seriously, within 48 hours, 2 of those go out. Hey, the Hive and the Homestead. Yeah, Megan, I definitely have the smell of that on my hands. I've never tried. I've heard a couple of different solutions for getting the smell of things off your hands, like onions and garlic that really lingers. No, Mama tried. I don't think that it was like electrical surges. The fridge just was freezing over and it finally has just stopped heating up. Like the motor's still running, but we don't know a whole lot about appliance repair. What I think we're going to do, we just unplugged the chest freezer and we're just let everything thaw out and see if we might be able to fix it. But with the fridge, I think what we're going to do is get a new fridge and see if we can fix this one for our back porch fridge. Yeah, Jeremiah is the one to talk to about like fixing stuff because I really don't know. Hey, Sherry. I'm sitting at, I saw, where are you? I don't know how literal that question is. I'm sitting on the dining room table, in Arkansas, which is where we live. Yeah, well, that's what we usually do is we usually do YouTube things to figure out how to fix them. I'm going to pull this up so I can see the chat on my phone. Here comes Sweet Maya, who is getting the kids situated. Do you have any sugar-free tomato sauce? I don't really put sugar in my tomato sauce. I guess you can, but I don't. Hey there, sweet Maya. Oh, cool. Happy Sabbath. That's really awesome. So, yeah, we'll have to be purchasing a new fridge. He's going to go shop tomorrow for one.
Oh, did you tell him about the fridge going out?
Mm-hmm.
Right after the freezer.
No, Maya's not wearing a tank top. He's been wearing short sleeves the last few days.
I am a creature that evolves and changes. Captain America.
Do you can crushed tomatoes, whole tomato sauce? I did most all of them. I did some spaghetti sauce, and then I also did most of them I did, I guess pretty much crushed tomatoes is what they are. They weren't completely smooth like a sauce. It was more like crushed tomatoes. The main thing that I'll end up using those for is I'll cook them into sauces like spaghetti sauce, or I'll put them in chili, like stew and that sort of thing. And that's what I'll use them for the most part over the winter. Yeah, and I did some spaghetti sauce, which was cool.
I have a Captain America barley. What is a barley?
Harley, she said.
Oh, Harley. Nope, that's not going to fly.
Sherry asked, can you use stevia in tomato sauce? I never have, so I don't really know.
Is stevia something that we would use?
Yeah, I mean, we don't really use any sort of sugar substitute, so I'm not really sure. Thank you, Shalea. Is that it? Shalea, did I say that right? Hey, Honeystead, how are you? Yeah, Tammy, they're pricey. Well, that was our thing when the freezer went out. We were like, we'll wait. We can get by without it. And then the fridge, you can't, like with the fridge, we can't get by without a fridge. So, I mean, we have that second fridge, but the freezer on it doesn't work, and the fridge on it is
honestly,
not.
I think that it's probably fixable. I think it's a thermostat issue.
That's what I was saying. That
the condenser works. It's just it gets too cold. And what was happening on these, whoever did this kitchen did not think ahead in any way. Like they left us like the smallest fridge hole for the smallest type of fridge that you could possibly fit. So we have a huge family in this huge house with a tiny fridge. And these basic kind of fridges, how they regulate freezer refrigerator is that the freezer is what has the motor, and then it's got this styrofoam like pass-through vent that it passes cold air through into the fridge. And what was happening is that something was causing the freezer to blow so cold that honestly we would open the top of the freezer and it would blow snow out, and then it was freezing up and solid, the pass-through vent. So no cold air was getting into the fridge. And so my temporary fix is I ripped out the styrofoam stuff and just left a massive open vent, and it's keeping the fridge really, really cold. It might be keeping it a little too cold, but it's not warm. Yeah. So there's that. I don't think it's a long-term fix.
Thank you, Kaylee. We have a place here that buys like pallets and breaks it down, and you can get pretty good deals on appliances, and they're brand new versus buying it used and not knowing what you're getting. And so we are probably going to like a resale place. He's going to go over.
They get truckloads of like returns, not like returns that went bad, but just people who just returned.
Okay, Little Mountain Life. Here's the straight up. Okay.
Whoa. So I'm just going to keep driving your
viewers crazy, making
comments about eventually.
Okay, we really don't have a plan for that.
Yes,
no, not really. We don't have like a nailed down. This is what we're doing when we're doing it. We don't know exactly where we're going.
What about the plan that we were just talking about moving?
He enjoys torturing you guys, but we genuinely there are a lot of things up in the air in our life right now. And so here's how I may remain peaceful doing this. There are certain truths that I know will always be true. I will have my family, the people, like I have my family. We will be, going on these adventures together. whatever it looks like, and I'm going to meet with Jesus every morning. Those are my truths that I know to be true. It's so I don't know exactly.
Are we moving? Yes.
Thanks, Erica.
When are we moving? Don't know.
Yeah, but we know. Here's the thing.
Can we say this? When are we moving is actually dependent on the thing that's up in the air right now.
That's true.
So when that gets decided, we'll know when we're moving.
Right. Hoppy Sabbath, I do my bone broth for a long time. Like sometimes it's over 24 hours, and sometimes I think it's more like 48. I haven't done it since last winter. But yeah, right, Tammy. I can meet Jesus wherever I am. So that's kind of just my plan. I just hang on to that, and I don't need to know everything else. The bottom line is we really wanted to start preparing you guys for the fact that we're not going to be in this property forever, because a lot of people would say things like, oh, you're doing all of this, you can hand it down to your children. And I was kind of like, I think maybe we should let them in on the fact that we don't feel like this. However,
not that we're not handing something down to our children. We're just not handing them this particular property.
And we are very legacy minded. And so I believe that what we're building here is for somebody. And that's another reason why we wanted to share it, because what if there's a person out there that is looking for exactly what we're putting together here, and we want them to know that it's an option. My hope is when we get done remodeling this house, when we want to sell it, I have this very romantic dream, and it may be just romantic, but I kind of have this idea that moves my heart, that somebody who has watched our videos and who has thought, oh God, could someday I have a place like that they might actually get to live here. That is just what I dream of. And it might not work out that nice and neat. However, I think that would be really cool. So that's why we just kind of wanted to let you guys in on it. And yes, we feel like we're handing our kids down a lot of knowledge and all of that. Yeah, Gossmania, that's kind of our thing. We want to be more sustainable. We want to have
I'm
the
excited
space.
that someone asked to be overwhelmed to start over or excited. I'm excited about starting over. I've learned too much. I want to start applying some stuff on the front end rather than having to go back and fix mistakes or different things. I'm ready for a bigger.
Does Ben Turn come with a house? Ben Turn's staying with us. Ben Turn starts tomorrow as Ben employee.
Technically, he started Saturday.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, Ben Turn's Ben employee now. Ben
employee. We got to find a better name. Ben Turn worked so well. Now we got to find a better name.
I think Ben employee is pretty good.
Honeystead said VA is beautiful. It's possible. I'm not ruling anything out.
So yeah, we really.
I can tell you where we're not moving. Denver.
No. Yeah, somebody said Denver. No, we're not going to go to Denver.
Love all my Denver peeps.
We'll come visit you.
Yeah, just for a weekend.
We really, honestly, we're going to go where God tells us.
No, I don't like copying people, so North Carolina's out. Sorry. Holler's got that on lockdown.
We're going to go wherever God tells us to go.
Exactly.
That's really God's got a place for us. It's going to be the perfect
Definitely
place.
Not going to Oklahoma.
I did have a dream the other night that we had 60 acres, though.
Yes.
Amen. Will you have a new name for your new property? We will always be Roots and Refuge. That is more, I feel like that's the name that
that's true. Zavi makes a good point. We could.
What did Zavi say?
Lots of interns are paid. We could keep calling him Ben Turn and just say he's a paid intern.
Yeah, we could do that.
I mean, he does have a lot to learn, let's be honest. He knows nothing about farming. Except he's farming Journey Pig.
Ben Turn is a blessing. I seriously every day.
Oh no, he's my second most coveted possession, but after you.
Probably a little extreme.
And I know somebody's gonna go freak out.
Jeremiah makes inappropriate jokes all the time, so just get used to that.
Part of the package. The captain.
Yeah,
package.
we'll stay in the South. There are places when I visited the Pacific Northwest, I was all the hard eyes over that. But the thing is, I can be that far away from my parents. I don't want we are very family oriented. Jeremiah's whole family is still here in Oklahoma. Well, I guess your family's kind of getting scattered.
Someone asked, are we getting together with the Stivers? No, they're on their own compound.
Yeah, we do love. Here's the wonderful thing, though.
I do love Peyton Manning, and I think, did they announce where they're going yet?
I don't know that
I can't say that then.
I don't know if they've announced anything. We close on 7 acres in October. I'm excited to get started, but scared too. Jessica, it's going to be an incredible adventure. You're going to learn so much, and it's going to be awesome. There are 2 houses. No. Okay. So there are 2 different properties, Amy. There are 2 houses. His sister owns one of them. And we own one of them. Now, they could be sold together if somebody wanted to purchase both of them, because his sister is going to be selling that house. The only reason she hasn't yet is because we're renting it from her. So no, it's not 2 in one property, but there are 2 properties. We have a 4-acre property with a 3,000 square foot house. And then next door is a 3-acre property with a, I don't know, like 17 or 1,800 square foot house. So, but we're not going to talk about where we're going or anything like that, because we don't have all of those things nailed down yet, and there's just a lot of things up in the air. So we can't make any commitments
totally
on stuff.
Going to
draw it out and completely torture everybody.
Exactly, that's totally going to happen. So just
thank you, Mom.
Stick along for the ride.
Mom, I just found the rock that you put in the garden at the base of the banana tree with your name on it. I was vlogging down there and I found it, so it's on the video for tomorrow. So. I've seen comments on your Justice hair. Totally agree. Love it. Maya always rocks the beard. Love the longer sleeves. Green Zebra Gardening. I'm so excited to get to meet you next week in person. Hey, Lone Star Living. What's up? Yeah, the problem is I don't want to start teasing now, because it exhausts me to have you guys riled up about something that's going in our life, because I am not good at that. He loves it, but it literally could be a year before we go anywhere else.
Can you imagine the suspense? It's like honestly, I want everyone to feel right now how I felt after Infinity War. Before Endgame. It's like everyone just disappeared. What the crap is happening? Who's really dead? Who's not? Everyone's losing their minds, like, for a year.
It says unable to connect to chat.
I don't know.
Can you guys still see us? Is it buffering? I don't know. It's unable to connect to chat, so I don't know what you can see.
That wasn't very nice. You need to go away.
Well, this chat is going. It's just the computer can't. Is that right? Okay. They see us. Well, the chat on my phone's working, so I'll just set it up right here so I can see it. For some reason, the computer is lagging on the chat. So yeah, like I said, we're waiting. Thank you, Marcy, for saying that. Marcy said, you guys look great. Your weight loss and my haircut, we look 10 years younger.
Oh, sweet.
Thank you.
23? I don't know.
Well, I do not have all of that shining gray hair. Man, 30 is a beast. When I turned 30, my hair started turning gray. I got wrinkles for the first time.
Because I'm not going to go get it colored.
Yeah, Jeremiah has a lot of gray in his
Honestly,
hair.
if I was to go get it colored, I would do one of those really hip things that the girls are doing these days. 22 years old, full gray. Like, I would just go full gray. Like, and do a white power streak right down the middle. And just, like, come up with a cool wizard name. And just wear robes all the time.
I'm really glad that's not going to happen.
Try me.
I didn't color my hair because the gray. I colored it because it was so sun bleached that, like, they're basically, because I wear hats and stuff, and so there's like this line, and the bottom of my hair was like a completely different color than the top. So that's why. Yeah,
other people are having problems with the computer, so we'll just keep using it as the portal to get the video out there, and we'll just check comments through our phones.
Yeah, I can't see the comments on my computer, but they're loading on my phone, so I'm sorry if we're kind of looking off in the
What are you praying for me for? Oh, for the gray hair? Do it.
Jacqueline Johnson said the green noodle bean is the winner for taste compared to the purple. That's interesting.
We didn't grow green.
I didn't grow green this year. Last year I always cooked the green and the purple together, so I don't think I ever really noticed. And I usually cook them with like a lot of aromatics. So Oh, thanks, folks. One, I hope you have a wonderful day at work today.
Farm Life Outfitter says bangs were made for you, girl.
Yeah, Farm Life Outfitters got bangs first. I think she's the one who I caught the bug from. Bangs are contagious, except for right now. I've got this weird bangs thing going on because I was outside messing with it. So I'm going to try to not mess with it.
Vanada. What do homesteaders generally do about health insurance?
We have a really unusual situation in that, and we've shared this before, but it is unusual, and we're really gracious for it. Jeremiah is actually medically retired from the Marine Corps. He had a series of tumors in his leg, and you can't really tell it, but he is.
Well, you can tell now. If you see me walking,
yeah.
you see me wearing like a black sock, which was going up to my calf, and now I've had to add a compression knee brace, which goes up to my inner thigh because I'm having some varicose vein.
Yeah, they're pretty bad
issues.
So he has some limitations, and you see him doing a lot of work around here, but that was actually one of the deciding factors for us in hiring Ben to come work part-time out on the farm, was because he is pushing himself too hard, and he actually does have those limitations. And so because we have the unusual opportunity to create content as a job, we're actually
Someone said I thought that was a fashion
no they're compression
no I honestly I tried not to wear it because I didn't want to look weird, but I really do need it. It helps because honestly they're getting kind of painful, and I've got some doctor's appointments I have scheduled coming up that in one of them I'm going to get a full MRI of my leg and check to make sure that the tumor's not back, and then to hopefully get a look at what's going on with that vein, because I have a guess, and I'm not a doctor, but my guess is that my scar tissue is putting pressure on that vein, which is causing it to my heart's increasing pressure to get the blood through, which is causing the varicose veins from my knee down, because I don't have any issues in my thigh or above. So something's going on around my kneecap.
Big knot coming up on the back of his
anyways, they're going to scan it and check it out. Hopefully it's not something complicated.
So yeah, definitely please be praying about that.
I like doctors as people.
He's just been through a lot. So anyway, with him being medically retired, we actually have health insurance through the VA because of the fact that he was active duty whenever all this stuff came up and went through a series of surgeries and different things. And so he is medically retired veteran, and that's how we have health insurance. And so we actually, when we decided to do this life, we really felt like God had given us an advantage to live a very uncommon life, and really kind of took that as a seed to make the most of it, which led to this, which led to being able to do YouTube. And now I feel like we're able to do just really incredible things for the kingdom because of that seed. We would not have been able to do this life without that medical retirement to begin with. However, really, the thing is we managed well. We managed okay when it was just us doing all the work, when we didn't have the help. However, I wasn't creating content. And so for me to be able to create content, I'm writing a book, different things like that. He has to do more. He's pushing himself too hard. So that's why we're bringing in Ben. So,
essentially bringing in Ben provides us more opportunities to grow our revenue stream, so it makes it worth the investment. Like, it's like we're at that place of transition. Like if you have any business, I mean, honestly, guys, this is a business. There's going to come a point when you need to take the leap to hire somebody or do something to grow, and it's going to cost money, and then you're hoping that it pays off, and that's what we believe will happen.
Heirloom permaculture. I saw that you guys ate hot peppers on the live tonight, and I was actually shooting a vlog in the garden right before I came up, and I saw some hot peppers, and I was like, I'm not as cool as Heirloom permaculture, so I'm just going to leave those there instead of taking them in and eating them on the camera. So there's that. But yes, actually it was interesting. I actually was watching Justin Rhodes' video from the other day, and he was talking about paying some of his relatives to come and drive him so he could go, because if they would drive him for him to go get a sheep, he could edit a video. And he was like, he said he's really had to learn how to delegate some work so he can do the things only he can do. And so, yeah, like I really have a desire to get this book done. And I actually talked to a publisher about a second book. And that's not totally sure yet. And I haven't got a publisher for the first one. I'm actually not talking to a publisher about it until I'm done. But yeah, so I really want to get it done. And so we're having to kind of shift some things, learning how to deal with the growth. Hey, Stivers, I didn't see you. Oh, there you are. I saw someone say hi to you. Hey, Hidden Harvest Grow Lights. For those of you who are wondering, the grow lights that I'm using, I have some purple ones, but the ones that are like the clear lights, which I actually really, really like better, that was Hidden Harvest Grow Lights. They're the ones who sent those to me. And there they are. So hello, and thank you for the grow lights. The music, I mean, I make music every day. I don't have any aspirations really to like ever pursue that and releasing it because I really didn't learn to do it for other people. I don't know. Daniel's been talking. Yes, Xavier, I will. I actually want to share some stuff with you soon. But anyway, I have been, Daniel has been trying to get me to commit to recording a live album with him in the garden. And I like the notion of that, but I just don't know if I could actually get over it and actually do that. What are you doing, crazy?
I'm just coming to see the video.
You're just coming to see the video?
I'm just coming to see the rest of it with you guys.
Just for a minute, okay?
Oh, Pam, I'm so not competitive. Living Traditions has been so good to us. I hope they hit it before we do. I couldn't get into any sort of competition.
I think they will, which is fine. I think that makes it easy.
Look at this sweet boy. You say hi to everybody. Say, hey, everybody. Look, they all said, hi, hey, Ben. Hey, Ben. Hi, Ben.
Hi, Ben. Hi.
Hey, little Ben.
Hey.
Look, hey, Benny boy.
Hey, where's it?
You want to say hi to people? Say, hey, Keisha.
Hey, Keisha.
Say, hey, Joni. Say, hey, Linda.
Hey, Joni.
Say, hey, Samantha.
Hey, Samantha.
Say, hey, Grandmom D.
Hey, Grandmom D.
Hey, Jody.
Hey, Jody.
He's saying hi to the people on here. Being a good farmer. Yeah, Lauren, the greenhouse video did hit 1 million views. That happened the other day. It was really, really cool. Isn't that crazy to have 1 million view video? I wasn't sure if that one was going to overtake the tomato video, but it did. So.
Oh, that's okay. That's what she means by the greenhouse video. It's like,
yeah,
that's not really
the tub greenhouse. Yeah.
I'm tracking.
Oh, getting started on homesteading. I believe everybody has a sound released, and it's valuable to God whenever they release it. He does have a really cute smile. Can you smile real big for them? He's so cute.
There is a seed swap at HOAs, and they're not.
I don't know. Say hey to Holden. Say hey, Holden. Holden's watching.
Hey, Holden.
I think there was one last year.
Yeah, I think that they did a seed swap last year. Rose from Wholesome Roots was the one who put that together, but I don't know. Brandy, I'm not sure what the schedule is, but I think that they've published it. I'm not sure which day I'm speaking. One day I'm speaking on the main stage, and I might be doing something else like a panel, but I don't really know. I haven't asked. But yeah, the topic they've given me to discuss is about getting started in heirloom gardening. So that's what I'll be talking about is heirloom gardening. No, Pam, Awana's, I think, starts this week for the kids. It may be next week. They go along with the school schedule, but they start just like a couple weeks after in the fall. I have never put supplemental light in for my chickens before Clawfoot Farm, but and I'm not planning on it, but I guess we might. I don't want to say we'll never do that because I don't really know for sure. Thanks, Greenwich Homestead. You're the sweetest. Hey, don't make faces at the camera. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Gemini Homestead. Have you started a second round of cucumbers and zucchini? I've got some coming up in the basement that I'm going to transfer out. And actually, I have some stuff volunteering in the garden I'm going to let grow. What were you saying, Sweet Maya?
VW just got off.
Hey, VW Family Farm. And there's Natalie. Hey, it's a good life. Guys, the Heirloom Expo is in a week. We're going to California a week from tomorrow. California. Natalie made me think of that because Natalie and the Vincents, because are we on the same flight as them? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're actually on the same flight as the Vincents. And then Natalie will be out there. Hey, Ben, Miss Tammy asked, what did you do today, Ben?
Nothing. My dad worked.
You just worked? What else did we do this morning? Garden. Okay. We went to church.
Yeah, I went to church to feed the chickens.
You feed the chickens. That's right. You went to Aunt Sarah's house.
Yeah,
and played with your cousins. And went to the garden with Mom.
And went to the garden with Mom for a little bit.
Yeah. Ben, what's your favorite veggies to eat? What's your favorite veggies to eat?
Veggie fries.
Vegetables?
No, veggie fries.
Veggie fries?
Yeah.
That's not veggie.
It's called veggie fries because you know veggie sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Those are veggie fries.
I'm really behind. Veggie sticks, okay.
Makes sense.
Joni said she went to church too, Ben.
What?
Ben likes tomatoes. You like to eat eggs for breakfast. Somebody asked that. You like eggs for breakfast. You like kale chips. Ben likes salads. He eats a salad almost every day. The other day I came in and basically we let our kids eat, we want to prevent them from eating when they're bored. And so we do monitor that some, so they don't always have just free range to anything in the kitchen, but they can have fruits or vegetables whenever they want, as long as they're not wasting them. That's kind of the rule. And, but usually if they're going to make a plate of something, they have to ask us first and just say, hey, is it okay for me to have this? And that way we make sure they're not feeding sugar cravings and stuff like that. Well, I come in here the other day and Benjamin's sitting at the table eating a salad, and he's gotten the salad greens out and the stuff out, and he's 4 years old, put together a salad, squeezed some ranch dressing on it, and he's just sitting at the table eating a salad. And I was like, bro, what's up? You gonna make yourself some food? And he's like, I'm allowed to eat vegetables whenever I want. And I'm like, that is a true statement. Oh, that's cool, Gossmania. I always end up with some cool volunteer plants from feeding stuff to my animals too. I love that. Oh, hey, Bree, the tomato grow off, I didn't win it. And Gary's still hosting it. So I don't know if he's posted the results and anything on his page, but we had an incident with my tomato grow off plants, and I don't think I won. I had a 19-ounce tomato. So I'll have to double check and see if he's announced who the winner is yet.
We actually had an incident with both plants. Two different occasions.
We had 2 incidents.
Same person.
That's yours.
Yeah, some of the best. I've got a beautiful Mexican sunflower growing in my compost heap right now, which is weird because I've never grown Mexican sunflowers before. Thank you, Chandra. I hope that's right. Is it Chandra? It can be said a couple different ways.
What did she say?
Greenwich. You had a 22-ounce, but I had a bunch of I think my biggest one, I can't remember what it was now. It's in a video. I think it was something like 31 ounces was my biggest tomato. I had a really big monster tomato, but it wasn't on the plants that I had for the competition. The biggest tomato I had on those plants was 19 ounces. I wonder if a bird did bring a seed. He has my headphones, Tammy. It's my headphones. Was there a contest for pumpkin? Not that I know of. Allen Farm said, Ben, you are making me laugh.
Okay.
Say that's what I live for, Allen Farm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can see y'all's questions better when they're in all caps. Josh Gannon totally loved growing lots of varieties of tomatoes too. They're just so different. Isn't it crazy how like a dark purple, like smoky tomato can taste so different from like an orange one? I think that's the coolest thing, how different they can be. Noah's Ark, only one ripe tomato. That's a bummer. Yeah, we're out of tomato time for sure.
Yeah. I'm heading with Daddy and Mama. Daddy and Mama.
Oh, cool. Of Little and Light. You ended up naming him
Daddy.
Ephraim. That's so cool.
Mama
Naming who?
and Daddy.
Her new La Mancha buck.
Daddy and Mama. Mama.
She's talking about doing a La Mancha swap maybe next year. She got this buck and she sent me some pictures of him and she was like, I kind of want to keep like she was doing like Hebraic names and she was like, I kind of want to keep that theme going. And so we were brainstorming on names and I had suggested Ephraim. So that's pretty cool.
Look at me. Say bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, go watch your show with your brothers for a little bit. Go.
Shirley Courtney said, have you considered water glassing eggs? I don't know what that is. So I'll have to, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. I don't really know, Geist Crew, if I'm planning on breeding goats for the spring. I would like to breed some goats for the spring, but I'm not going to breed them
also
unless.
Depends on what's up in the air.
Yeah, that depends on what's up in the air because our spring might be kind of busy. So we're not really sure. But if I do, I'm not going to if I can get a good La Mancha buck right now. I don't want to breed. I really want to go in that direction, so I don't want to breed any other than that. Sherry M, thank you for the super chat. She said, I booked Heirloom Expo ticks, and I can't wait to meet you. I'm so excited. Who else coming to the Expo? That's super. I mean, it's so close. I'm really pumped about that. Hey, Wicked Chicken Homestead. Eating on the Wild Side. Actually, I haven't read that, Lynx Acres. Would you mind sending me some good books? You had a lot of good information a couple weeks ago. I remember you commenting a couple things. I would love if you would send me some book suggestions. I would check them out.
Dr. Witchy's, she only got 3 tomatoes per plant. Is that usual for one plant?
No, I've usually gotten quite a lot.
Yeah.
I think I had one plant this year that had 6 tomatoes on it. They were over 20 ounces each, and then multiple others that were smaller. So that is kind of unusual. Was your pollination okay? Like, pollination is the big thing with tomato plants, and a lot of times you'll have to just like shake them and maybe self-pollinate. The thing that got me into eating heirlooms was actually the book Animal Vegetable Miracle by Barbara Kingsolver. That was my big foray into heirlooms. The way she talked about it, it was just so romantic. And I was like, I definitely have to get in on this. Hey, 180 degrees from average.
What's up, Derek?
Xavier, I've got to call a friend of mine in Alaska after we get off this live, so I don't know if it'll be tonight, but I'll send you a message and let you know kind of what's going on. Where is the expo? It's in Santa Rosa, California. Next Tuesday through Thursday. There's going to be a lot of people from the homesteading YouTube community there, and just a lot of really great speakers. Life with Linda. Yeah, that I have not spent a lot of time in California, but going to the expo is definitely a really fun time. Do I like traveling so much, Vivian? That is a good question. Yes and no. Let me think about this for a moment. I don't like feeling busy. I am the introvert who rejoices every time plans get canceled. Like, I love any excuse to just be at home without any obligations. I love that we get to do what we do. I love getting to meet people. I love getting to see places. I was raised, I don't want to say I was raised poor because I feel like that kind of like discounts the people who were really, really raised poor, that really like didn't have electricity in their house for periods of time and didn't have food to eat. Like, I wasn't raised that kind of poor. I was raised the kind of poor where you always had food and your mom stayed at home with you and you know, like you had really rich memories, but my parents really bore a lot of the brunt of our being poor, because they were always having to hustle to make things work and cut corners. And, you know, like we weren't the kind of poor that didn't have enough. We were the kind of poor that didn't have extra, if that makes sense. So I actually had only ever been on a plane once until I was like in my mid 20s. This is just a completely other way of life for me. Like flying places and living in, you know, like doing this, it's bizarre to me almost sometimes. I don't know. I haven't learned to adjust for it to be normal. So there's an aspect of it that's really cool. And there's part of it that we're having to learn that sometimes we can say no to things. We're having to learn to really hear where God wants us because, you know, just looking at the options, there are a lot of them. We have to know exactly where God wants us. So I know that's not really a direct question. The traveling is exciting. It's cool. It's amazing. Getting to take my kids, which is amazing to get to take my kids to these places. That just completely blesses my heart. But I also love my home and I love being here with my family. So kind of the very long
Someone
answer.
asked if I was excited about the new Star Wars movie. I am looking forward to it. But not as much as I'm looking forward to the other announcement over the last couple of weeks, which is that they have officially signed a deal to bring back Obi-Wan Kenobi, who will be played by... Okay, I always mess up his first name.
Ewan
McGregor. They signed the deal. He's coming back in a series, so like many episodes, about Obi-Wan Kenobi on Tatooine while he's protecting Luke Skywalker. And that's probably the thing about Star Wars. That and the series called The Mandalorian, which actually comes out on Disney Plus in November. Those two things are the things I'm looking forward to about Star Wars the most. The last movie, I think it'll be entertaining, but I don't have a high expectation for it to be something crazy good.
Thank you, Red Panda Ann. Actually, Red Panda Ann sent a super chat. She said, I just discovered that tomato is the state fruit and vegetable of Arkansas. Explained so much. I think it was you that commented. Somebody commented that. Was it on our Facebook group? What was crazy is that the day before, Asher came home from school and said something and said, Mom, the pink tomato is the state fruit of Arkansas. And I was like, really? I had no idea that the tomato is the state fruit of Arkansas. And he was like, yeah, the pink tomato is. And then the next day someone commented that. And I was like, wow, if you had asked me that 2 days ago, I would not have known. What all are we going to do besides the Expo, VW Family Farm? While we're in, I don't really know what all is going to be happening aside from the Expo. I know there are some different things. Wow, I am way behind on comments.
Oh yeah, just catch up. Oh look, there's Ashley Eccles.
Oh, I need to address these. Ashley Eccles, hey girl, I adore you. You're so awesome. Tammy Henry, thank you so much for that move to Pennsylvania. Probably not, but I will come visit.
I don't want you to get your hopes up. That's not
Catherine Hone, thank you.
Just let it go. Just get
wow, I am really behind. Way behind. Okay. Wow, you guys are awesome. The moderators. Yeah, I don't like the time crunch feeling, Happy Valley Homestead. That feeling of like being just so hemmed in by your obligations, that just gives me a lot of anxiety. Like I really need some wiggle room in my time.
Jessa is the state lady of Arkansas. It's kind of funny to, getting recognized as becoming more regular. We went to
Verizon
to adjust some stuff with our plan and our phones. And she saw us get pull up in the car. She was like, surely not. Like she literally just started watching us
the girl
3 days
who worked
ago.
at Verizon.
And we get out and go in and she's like questioning whether or not we were those people. And then I said something about we work on a homestead and she's like, you guys
she's like, you're the YouTubers. And we're like, yeah, it was kind of cool. She started gardening. What am I going to do different for the garden in 2020? I'm actually doing a few things different. We're rearranging some stuff. And, okay, I am going to I am not giving up my heirlooms. I love my heirlooms far too much, but I'm going to do a handful of the hybrid tomato varieties that Living Traditions suggests just for the sake of canning, just because I want to see. I've actually never grown hybrids before. I started gardening with heirlooms, and that's what I've always done. And I love them. I will never give them up, but I thought it would be interesting just to see yield wise what some hybrids would do. So I thought that would be kind of cool. Bye, Kira.
We have not nailed anything down on the shindig yet. It's a little too early.
Well, actually, we probably need to start talking about it, but we'll talk about it with Vince since we're about to spend a good bit of time with him.
Yeah, maybe that's something we can talk about while we're in Cali.
Yes, 2 bees on 2 bees, 1 flower. We're definitely growing garlic this year. Yeah, Cheryl, the Fuel Homestead is really awesome. Amy is amazing.
Hey, we do have someone to share tonight, don't we? Starts with a J.
I can't remember what it was called. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We could share them.
You want to do it now?
That's kind of cool.
How much time do we have left?
6 minutes.
Okay, yeah, we could do that.
So I stumbled on a channel this morning, and it was kind of funny because I actually am a part of a YouTube group, not a YouTube group, a Facebook group for YouTubers, and it's called Small YouTube Homesteaders. And you have to have your channel has to be less than 1,500 subscribers in order to join the group. Now they don't like boot you when you pass 1,500 subscribers, obviously, because I'm still in the group. But I joined it when I was less than 1,500 subscribers. And they kind of like just share, and the stuff pops up on my Facebook feed. And this morning, when I get on Facebook, I go check our Facebook group, and I really try not to spend just a whole lot of time scrolling, but occasionally that first thing that pops up is something from a group. And this morning, it was a post from a family that has a YouTube channel, and I don't know why it was. I went to their channel, and I just started watching their videos this morning. And I don't know, I was really tickled that she actually shared like a devotional about worship. And I was like, this is really cool that people are doing this. And I really want to encourage people who are seeking to share the heart of God like that. And I don't know this family super well. I'm trying to remember exactly what it's called. I watched probably 3 or 4 of their videos this morning, and I was like, I like them. They actually referenced us. They were watching our live stream when we started talking about diet and stuff a couple weeks ago. And so I hope that this will actually post. Did it post on there? No. Okay, so yeah, there it is. Okay, so they're called Juniper Farms. Really small channel. They're I don't know, Moon Willow. Unfortunately, the comments are being kind of crazy. So it doesn't look like they've been doing this they've just been doing it for a couple months, but they're sharing their farm life and they're sharing their family, the Juniper Farms. And they were literally talking on one of their videos about having 30 subscribers. So they're just really getting started. But she shared this video, A Life of Worship, and listening to it, I was like, wow, this is so my heart. And I love to encourage whenever someone steps out and shares their faith in that way. When I first started sharing devotionals on my channel, I had multiple people tell me, hey, you cannot have success and do that. And it was, I'm glad, I'm thankful that I came up to that wall and had to make the choice to step into it anyway. Because truly I had to really search myself to say, what's more important to me in this situation? Is it being true to who I am, or is it success? And I really just had to come down to the choice that like, I could no more hide Jesus in my life than I could hide one of my kids. And so like, I've got to, I got to be true to who I am here. But like that first devotional that I shared on my channel was terrifying to share, to be completely honest. And still I share devotionals and I don't read the comments for days. Like he goes through the comments before I do. Because I can get so discouraged. And when I first started to share them, I would lose hundreds of subscribers whenever I would share them. Because my channel kind of blew up on this gardening thing. And so people didn't know that was an aspect. Now it's not so much like that. I think now people have come to know what we're about and they have come to expect it. But yeah, so coming across, Constance.
Part of the videos that I got to watch was they were talking about they were inspired by us getting healthier and changing our diet, and they were like, we're going to do it. And then the next video was like a week late, or the next video I watched was like after their first week of doing it. And he was like, I fell off the wagon a couple of times, but I did do better, but I did still drink some sodas. And so then he like had this Coke bottle and set it down, and it had like I can't remember what kind of gun it was. It was a pistol of some kind. It looked like a 9mm.
I didn't see this one.
And he kept trying to shoot the bottle. He missed a bunch. I was like, I understand. Eventually he did hit it and it exploded. And he's like, I'm killing sodas and I'm going to do better. So it was a pretty fun thing to watch.
So yeah,
okay, nothing we could talk about. So definitely go subscribe to Juniper Farms,
and
Juniper,
just go check their videos
watch
out.
Their videos. You'll enjoy it. Like, we're not sending you to some place just because like you really will think that it's good. And I honestly love promoting people that don't even have any idea that we're doing it. Like, I hope they just wake up tomorrow and realize that they've got a few hundred extra subs and that they're blessed. Anyways, we also have, before we wrap it up, a hat design that's about to come out.
When is that going to come out?
I'm sure they've emailed back, but I've got to confirm everything. So we're going to try and get it out this week.
Teespring actually designed a hat for us, which is really cool. It's going to be like embroidered. It's really cute.
So if you guys like hats, it's going to be really cool. It's about to go live.
Oh, they're at 113 subscribers. I'm just so happy.
I hope they get to like 500 or 600. That would just make my day.
Yeah,
maybe
they were at 67. They were at 67 when I first mentioned them. So yeah, that's really cool. That's a huge growth for a small channel. I mean, like literally whenever you're that size, whenever you're just getting started, I mean, like you lose one and you're like, oh, I lost 9,000 subscribers last month. So like at this point I'm kind of like, but we gained like 20,000. So we ended up on the positive by like, well, no, that's not quite right. I don't know. We ended up on positive like 9,000 or 10,000 last month. But that's just the way that it is. I mean, like people unsubscribe because it's not a personal thing for a lot of people. It's just content, whether they like it or they don't. And I've learned to kind of just let the people go that, I don't know. I kind of take the stance on it. And this is what I had to really come to when I decided to start sharing devotional content. And here's the really cool thing to me. We have a lot of very, very faithful viewers that are not Christians. But they're valuable people and they find value in us, even though we don't agree on that. And we don't have to agree to see that we have value. And that's important to me. And I feel like that's a mark of maturity whenever you can see the value in a person, even if they don't see things the way that you see them. And you can take interest in who they are as a person and the values they are as a person. And of course, every single one of those people I feel like God loves and is crazy about. But I feel like I express that better whenever I am not just trying to convert them into my way of thinking, but I'm trying to express the love of God to them for the value that they hold. And so that little side trail, whenever we first started this and we're like, okay, we're going to share this aspect. And a lot of people were like, oh, you can't do that. You can't, because apparently a lot of people had been, they felt like they were having a lot of discrimination and they'd been hitting a lot of walls. But I was like, I think that if we just are upfront and honest and we let people choose us with all of the information, this is who we are, choose us, take it or leave it. That'll be okay. And we were prepared for that to really stunt our growth. We were prepared for that to be something that kept us from growing.
One thing that was really encouraging is Chris Pratt.
Yeah, actually, thank you, Major Impact Farm. That blesses me so much.
Chris Pratt won some award through MTV Music Awards or something like the MTV Awards or some kind. I can't remember exactly the thing, but it was a pretty big televised thing. And he gets up to give a speech and literally just drops the gospel and a bunch of funny stuff in between and made it like real and funny, and everyone's laughing. I guarantee you not 50% of them could, really subscribe to what he believes. And honestly, what it really, I don't know if I read this or anything, but Hollywood is not anti-Christian. Like, and that's what a lot of the stigma is, like, the culture is anti-Christian and people are just trying to shut Christians down. And I don't think that that's necessarily it. I think that they just want you to they want to see you being authentic in what you claim. Like, because Chris Pratt claims Christianity and then lives it. And I think that they give him respect for that.
Yeah.
And he's really funny.
So yeah, Chris Pratt, I genuinely, like, people talk about like their Hollywood crush and all that stuff. Like, I genuinely am like swoon over my husband. So I do not have a Hollywood crush on Chris Pratt. However, he is my friend and he doesn't know it. Like, so I talk about my friend Chris, first name basis. What?
I may be coming to the Expo. Just my mom may have to cancel her surgery.
Oh, eyes to see. Thank you for that super chat. We were talking about meeting up at the Expo. But so Chris Pratt is my like celebrity friend that doesn't know that we're friends. And the day that I shot my first devotional, I actually shot the devotional and I came up here and Pesky was in labor. So I actually have 2 videos that I shot that day. One was sitting with a goat through birth. And then one was this devotional. I was talking about like turning your waiting room into a classroom or something like that. I don't remember exactly what that devotional was about, but, I came in and I had decided after shooting the goat birth, I was chickening out and I was like, I'm not going to post it. Like, I'm too nervous.
Lots of people are saying that you're their friend and you don't know it yet. It's like Chris Pratt.
You feel me then? So like, so I came in and this video was being shared of Chris Pratt at this award ceremony. And I sat right here covered in sweat and goat afterbirth after having shot these 2 videos. And I watched this video of Chris Pratt and I was like, if this dude can do this in Hollywood, surely I can do it on YouTube. Like, how much less intimidating is posting this video on YouTube than it is to stand up in that situation. And now, like, the reward of it is so very great. And now, I mean, it has grown me so much to just say this, I am what I am. Because the real fear in not sharing and saying, I'm not going to share my faith, I'm not going to just give an honest stance of what I believe, is the fear that people are going to reject you. And I don't have to be afraid of that because I'm already so very accepted by Jesus that it's okay. And people, like I said, 8,000 people unfollowed us last month. That means that we were not 8,000 people's cup of tea. And that is okay with me. Like,
how'd you find that out?
On the analytics. Does that bother you?
No.
Need some soul searching here. When did you start doing devotionals? Last summer, when our channel was first taking off, is whenever I first started to do them. So I don't have that many devotional videos out either. That's what's crazy. And for those of you who asked earlier about the book, the first book that I'm writing, the one that I'm currently working on, like regularly, it's a devotional type book. I'm going to do that one first, and then I'm going to write a gardening book. But kind of first fruits, I feel like I need to do the devotional first, just because that's really, truly that's the passion of my life. And the garden is just kind of a reflection of that. Thank you, Considerate Joy. Where do you find the time? Well, this is really my job. I just treat this like it's my job. And we work together, and that makes a huge difference.
Someone says, you're my cup of tea. Well, I'm your huckleberry.
I knew you were going to go there.
Say when.
May I ask, which Bible version do you read? New King James largely is what I read. And And sometimes I'll read like the Message and the Passion Translation along with that. But the New King James Version is like my main Bible that I have. And then the Holman Christian Standard Bible, I use that one quite a lot. But I like to have multiple ones that I can go through.
Well, you'll know Daisy. You're no Daisy at all.
I mentioned the loss of subscribers twice. Someone said you were napping the first time.
Apparently. Well, I'm just so checked out of all that stuff that it just doesn't affect me.
Oh, that's cool. They've hit over 200. Juniper has. That's really neat. Thank you guys for helping us support people and encourage them. That'll be just a massive encouragement to them. Oh, like her devotional already has 11 more views after. So Big Bear Homestead. I didn't even see that you were here.
It's because he barely showed up at the end. He doesn't get any recognition.
He just deleted something. He's over there moderating and handling stuff, even though he's not being social.
Well, he's eating butter and Brussels sprouts. I love all the Tombstone quotes. I just love giving like a line and then watching everyone else. I guess he was just too high strung. Johnny Ringo, you look like you've seen a ghost.
I think my chat's a little behind.
Mine seems to be keeping up.
Well, I guess we can wrap this up. It's about time to get our kiddos in bed. They're back there watching a movie. We let them watch movies while we do this. They will be calm. Thank you guys for helping us support Juniper Farms and encouraging another family into being open and honest with all of who they are. You know, I think that we have an opportunity to really, I mean, it really could evoke cultural change if we would value people and we would just learn to walk in our identity and fullness and learn to be rooted. Like I've learned to be rooted in God through sharing in YouTube. This has been such an incredibly growing thing for me. And I'm really, really thankful for it.
I love all my nerd friends.
Yeah, I love this community.
Huckleberry.
The craziest dream I had lately. Oh, I could answer that one.
Oh, man.
I dream a lot. Actually, I had a dream, and Lauren's on here, and I haven't told her this yet. I had a dream that she had a baby, but it wasn't a baby. It was a cat. That was weird. That was one of those dreams. Like she was going to have a baby, and then it was a cat. And I was like, Lauren, it's a cat.
Like, did you see? It went so sweetly. I was like, if anyone could give birth to a cat, it'd be Lauren.
It was a girl cat. Isn't that weird? Sometimes you have dreams that are really symbolic. And then like Daniel and I were talking about this the other day because we were talking about like the significance and the symbolism in dreams. And sometimes, you know, like I'll have dreams that I'll be like, that was so symbolic and it was so important. And it was all this stuff and I'll write it down. But then he had a dream about Leslie Knope. And he had this dream about Leslie Knope. And we were laughing. It was like this ridiculous dream. It was about Leslie Knope. And I was like, oh, yeah, well, I had a dream that Lauren had a cat baby. And he was like, yeah, I think some dreams are really symbolic. And then sometimes it's Leslie Knope and cat babies. So it was really funny. I think we were in Colorado or California. We were on some trip and Lauren had this cat baby.
No, that was back here.
No, it wasn't. Because I was saying, Lauren, I gotta get home. I was like, can Brandon come and meet you? Because she couldn't fly home because she had the cat baby.
When you had the dream.
Oh, I had the dream here,
right.
But in the dream
okay,
we
I
were
thought you were saying
like California.
You were somewhere else having the dream.
And anyway, she had this cat baby, and I was like, it was a calico cat, and she was like, it's a girl, and I was like, well, all calicos are girls.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Anyway, so thank you guys. A pepperoni dream. That's hilarious. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. We will have a vlog up tomorrow, and we will talk to you guys next week.
Do you want to pray? Pray?
Yeah. What was that? Somebody asked us to pray about something.
Hurricane.
Okay. Y'all pray over everybody. Father, I just thank you for everybody that joined us on this live stream tonight, God, and I just thank you for your presence and the path of the hurricane, Father, that you would just put your hands on your children, God, that you would put your hands on everyone that's in the path of the hurricane, Father. We just speak to that storm and we tell it to be still. We thank you for protection. We thank you for the blood of Jesus over all of those people, Father. And I just thank you for taking everything and turning it for the good of those who love you and are called according to your purpose. And so, Father, I just bless our friends here. I just ask that you would just pour the blessings of your presence out on them, God, that you would give them dreams that weren't about cat babies, and that you would just come and visit them, that they would feel your peace, that they would feel just a tangible presence on them as they go about their day, Father, as they put their hand to the soil and to the seed, to their children, to their families. I just ask that you would stir and that you would be there with them, that they would hear your whisper, and they would hear you telling them who you are and who they are. So we just praise you, Lord, and we thank you. You're so, so good. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. We bless you. Until next time.
See you guys.